What's going on, everybody? It's your boy C-Zar, and we are talking about Bitcoin Cash today. Shout out to the Dragon Riders in the House of the Dragon. We are chilling at about $441 right now, and I've been saying this, or at least I said this in my most recent video. I did a 44 altcoin request video, you guys. So I went through a lot of coins, and I have to say that the majority of them have this look, right? They have this exact look, and maybe not this exact overall look, but just this kind of look right here, especially like what we got going on right down here, okay? Where you've got this flag, downward sloping consolidation phase. It seems so obvious. High here, lower high here, lower high here. Each time sends you down to a low, a lower low, a lower low, right? That's the assumption. That's what the look is right now. The daily looks so obvious that it would go lower. You look at the daily RSI, look at this, rejecting off of the 40, looking weak as hell, looking like you want to go lower. The daily looks super bearish, but here's the kicker, right? 3-day time frame. You had a nice kind of bullish candle last week, only 4.4% to the upside, but after this bounce on the 3-day 123 moving average, getting that continuation, very, very vital, okay? Moving down, again, of course, moving down with losing volume like that, stuff like that. But we look at the 3-day RSI, and the RSI here actually looks pretty bullish. It actually doesn't look bad at all. It's actually, I'll stop saying actually, but finding support where it found support before, where it found support before, where it found support before, right? It's actually in a really good place. Oh, damn it, I said it again. On a weekly basis, we look at the weekly basis. And here, to me, on a weekly, seems as though you've found support at previous areas of support and resistance going back in time, right? A very key area. And as though on a weekly basis, you would bounce and move up. You look at the weekly RSI, and same thing, you're at the 50. It's a nice higher low area. It seems like a ripe area to bounce and go up into the overbought zone and move up. So far, the weekly looks bullish. The 3-day looks bullish. The daily does not, and deceitfully so. That's the term I've been using, is that it's deceitful, because it looks super obvious from here that you would go lower, right? Lower highs, lower lows. It looks super obvious. But then when you look at the 4-hour, the 4-hour time frame, this is the most telling of how deceitful the daily looks. The 4 hours turning a bit of a tide. You had higher highs in your price. You had higher highs in your RSI. You got the strongest readings that you've got in your RSI throughout this whole downtrend. Really, throughout this whole downtrend. This is the strongest readings you had in your RSI on a 4-hour basis here. You had a little bit of volume coming in, right? The most volume that you've seen really throughout this whole consolidation bit down here was here on this buying point, right? As you move down, you've lost volume. You got to the bottom. Now you're building volume at the bottom. You've got a higher low in the price, oh so slightly higher low, and you have lower lows in the 4-hour RSI. The 4-hour time frame looks bullish. The 3-day time frame looks bullish. The weekly time frame looks bullish, and of course the monthly looks bullish as hell. But the daily's the only one that doesn't. So here's my thoughts. The daily time frame is tricking us. This is a lie. It's a farce. Either that or everything else is tricking us, and we're going to go down. And the daily is the only one telling the truth. But I think we're about to move up, guys. I think that it's happening soon. I think that it's going to, 2 days, 19 hours left in the week. If it's not this week, it will be next week that we start moving up. And I feel like a broken record, because I've said that really most of this month. December, let's just face it, right? And I think we can all agree, has not been the month that we expected it to be. I was wrong. I've been wrong before. I'll be wrong again. But this is definitely not what the expected December would be, especially not in historical references or statistical probabilities for what Decembers bring for us, right? Especially in these kind of conditions in the markets. But whatever, we had a one-off in this historical slew of bullish election cycle Decembers. We had a bearish December, whatever, that's fine. I do still believe that by the end of this month, we could close green. We've got 4 days, 19 hours left. You got 16% to the downside. I do believe we could close green. I really, really do believe that, because, again, if it's not within the next 3 days that we move up, I think that starting next week we would. And I think the daily's deceitful, but everything else is showing its true colors. We've got some pent-up aggression that's ready to let loose to the upside. And I have been saying for the past week now, or at least the past few days, that this move up was nice, but the next move up I think is going to be faster, right? I don't think, as long as it took us here, right, at the same price that we're at now, when we were here, it took us from November 21st all the way until December 6th to move from 440 where we're at now all the way up to 640. It took us from November 21st to December 6th to move up $200. My thoughts are it could take us 4 days to move up that much. It could take us another 4 days to move all the way up to $900. In 8 days time, 9 days time, we could be all the way up pushing 1,000. I don't know if it's going to be that fast from here. I'm just saying when this move kicks off, don't be surprised if it's at a much more rapid pace than this was here. Okay, that's all I'm trying to say. Because again, we'll be more developed, more mature in the weekly RSI and more developed, more mature in the monthly RSI, promoting us and allowing us higher targets. We'll be breaking out of this overall consolidation phase. We've been in multiple cycles, allowing us to see higher targets and potentially a nice push higher as well with that breakout. So I don't know, guys. I just wanted to bring this to your attention. I wanted to talk about it. It's a little bit good and bad, I suppose, that Bitcoin Cash looks so much like the rest of the market. Bad because we want to believe it's unique, right? And of course it is. Aren't they all, right? But good in the sense that the rest of the market looks like it wants to move up. Bitcoin Cash, this formation, this whole bit, it looks like what a lot of the market looks like. So if the rest of the market looks like it wants to move up, Bitcoin Cash will be included in that. And I assume it will, man. I really do. I really like the idea of this parabolic move. I want to see how it progresses. I want to see how we go forward from here. But if this is parabolic, the idea behind a parabolic move is that the gains will only get larger on each move up, and then the drops will also get more intense to the downside, as will the noises coming from the kitchen. All right, shout out to the Dragon Riders. Shout out to the House of the Dragon. Thank you all for being here. I'll see you on the next one. Take care of yourselves. We're on the precipice, my friends, of something glorious. It's just a matter of time. Be patient. Don't be discouraged. December has not happened how we expected it to. January is still here, and we've got the coming months as well. This is the most glorious part of the bull market, and it is teasing us at this moment. So give it some time, and we'll see you on the next one. Take care. Bye-bye.